Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Factory Town. We've done a do-over for our city. Our village. We've started again on the village because I was mistakenly playing it as though it was a city builder, and it really isn't. It's a factory builder more than anything else. Anyway, we're currently working towards the point where we can get the next upgrade for the town, because that will then lead, and it will happen any moment actually, that will then lead to a situation where we can start accruing research, and just as importantly, we can start making red coins, which are, well, they're fundamental to research. I thought we had enough now. Oh, we need 8 happy people. Obviously, I'm not generating enough sufficiently happy folk right now, which means I probably need to do a little bit more to get them all fed and watered. No, that should be it. 8 happy people. There we go. We're golden. We're upgraded. House capacity, school, general store. Hello, General. Nice to see you. Right, now, because everything comes from productivity first and foremost, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wang up some more houses. So we've got another, what's that, 4 available? So we'll get those rolling now. The only thing I don't want to do is, well, there's many things I don't want to do. Among the things I don't want to do is build up on this slight embankment that we've got here. I want to smooth that out first. And because houses cost an increasing amount to upgrade as you go on, we'll avoid. Yeah, okay. I might be making a bit of an error here, but you'll see why I believe I might be making a bit of an error in a moment. Oh no, that'll work possibly. Okay, right, fine. Right, and then we'll upgrade these chaps. Don't worry, I'm not being deliberately mysterious. I'll explain the method in my delusion in a moment. Right, how much has that given us? That's an extra 16 workers available. Beautiful. Now then, I could do with a little bit faster throughput on the grains distribution system, but I'm going to leave that alone for the moment because the main thing that we want to accomplish today is to get the general store humming. Now, it's actually not that tricky to do. The only tricky bit is putting it in the right place, really. Now, it's going to have to go this side because eventually, here's our grain mill. Eventually, we're going to route a farm directly into the back of that so we can take workers out of the equation entirely. So we'll build the general store here. Now, general store allows you to convert any of these goods types into coins, and you will see that they sell for different coin types as much as anything else. So were I to put a plank in there, for example, that's worth 3 materials. No, wait. You see that? You announced that really rather splendidly and then completely fluffed what it is that you get. Yes, worth 3 coins for 1 plank. Ooh, yes, very good. But, things like wool, that's rather grand. All of this stuff will make you additional bucks, which is absolutely stupendous. So what we're going to deliver initially is stone brick because it is the easiest resource to get our hands on. That said, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe planks would be more useful. Although we do get to clear this stone, so we're going to clear the stone. Right? Okay, I've made an executive decision. That means we need a second stonemason who we will plonk in here. Yeah, that's a good spot. It gets in the way of your cart. All right, well, we'll stick it there then. All right, 1 stonemason. We then need a wagon. You sure? Yes, 1 wagon. Right, and wait. We'll set the wagon to do the pickup. Hold on, let's give it the right recipe to start with, because each one of these stone bricks is worth 2 reds, and that's great because reds is what the research department trades on. Apart from paper, it needs paper and it needs red coins for the first few items, and then I think, a clutch of chaps. Let's bang 2 over that side and 2 over this side and see how we get on. You there. You similarly. No, wait, no, I didn't give you proper instruction. There you go. Do that. You, this, that, you, that, this. Okay, everybody on board? Yep, that's good. Right, we should be pumping in a goodly amount of resources there at a reasonable pace. You then grab that and wang it in the general store, and that will start bringing us in red coins. Now, if we generate enough so that cart has a full load of stone every time he turns up at the store, that'd be terrific. But it's not a total deal breaker. Oh, it's only 1 unit per piece of stone. That's okay. I'm not going to quibble over an extra unit. Not at the moment. Right. How are we looking here? He took another 3, or was that a 4? Well, that was 4. If you get 4 again, then I've got the output flow lovely here. Brilliant. Okay, well, that's actually running at pretty good efficiency levels. Right, now I've got 10 more working folk left, and I want farming pretty swiftly. The question is, how best to go about that? Don't know. Well, that's a rubbish answer. Thank you. No, that's not a good thing. We're also not actually producing stone brick at the kind of rate that would allow us to expand quickly. So I do need to figure that out a bit later on as well. But no, let's get research going. Righto. Okay. Well, research is a merry mission. Right, the school. Okay, now then, I'm going to put this somewhere else entirely. It doesn't need to be close to anything at the moment. Wood. You need wood and water. Okay. How about over here? Yeah, this looks good. Can't afford. Oh, what am I short on? 20 stone. Oh, I haven't got any basic stone left. I've used it all. Okay, right. Well, we'll put one chap just on stone gathering for posterity then. You, over here. Grab this. That's water. That's not what I wanted you to grab. Grab the stone. It says stone. Looks like water. It's not stone then, is it? Stone. Thank you. And take that straight into the base. All right. Well, that's going to take a minute for him to get his life in gear. Meanwhile, we might be able to get some more upgrades. What are we looking at? No, they use stone. Yeah, you're saving up so you can build yourself a nice little school. Oh, no, it uses cut stone. I could get 1 in. Should we do 1? Oh, all right. Well, if that will make you happy. It makes everybody happy, dude. There you go. See, look, and now we've got more workers available and all sorts. As you upgrade the houses, their demands become more robust. So at level 2, they will consume food of any kind, and they will consume general goods. So planks, clothes, tools, gadgets, all that kind of business. When you get to level 3, as we just did, they also then want medicine. Curse them. How dare they wish to live for longer than 5 minutes? But you know, there it is. That's what it is. Come on, I need 1 more stone. I was hoping that would be sufficient to fill in the time to get this flipping school built. Because we've got more to it than that. Actually, we need a well as well, don't we? Hold on. Is that... No, that's stone brick. That's fine. Okay, almost there. He's turning up any moment. There you go, 20. Good. Stone, school, stone, school. And the rest of it. Right, we will park you about there. Yeah? Yes. Okay, new recipe unlocked. Paper. Right, well, we need the lumber mill for that, and I don't have the resources because you need 5 flipping stone. Okay, well, never mind. And we're going to learn farming to start with. All of these are indispensable. You have to have them all. But starting off with farming is nice and quick, first and foremost, and it allows you to start producing cash at a heck of a rate, which is really good. Because then you can start to terraform correctly and start to lay out in a way that might actually stick with you for a little bit longer. Right, I'm going to get the stone together for this, and then we'll be back. Right, the stone production, I've ramped it up a little bit, but, well, needs must. And that means I can now get my lumber mill back in, and we're going to tell this to make paper. Thank you. We're then going to need a couple of chaps to... start work on the old the wood side of things. Don't get carried away there, dude. Chop. Paper. Chop. Paper. Now, the good thing about the research side is that at least initially it's a relatively compact system, in that you only need a few buildings working together to make it happen. Now, I could go to the lake, but that's far too slow. So instead, what we'll do is we'll put a well in there, and we'll get a chap whose job it is to fish a bucket of water out occasionally and chuck it in the lumber mill. And then we'll get a chap here whose job it is to grab the paper and fling it in the school. And what do you know? Research is occurring. So there we go. We've got 25 runs of that to do in order for farming to become unlocked. Now, you can't use a chute for paper. I don't know if you've ever tried to fling a ream of 4 down a drain pipe before, but fundamentally it doesn't roll, and therefore it is unsuited to this particular scenario. It will, however, work with a conveyor belt when we get to that point. And to get to conveyor belts, the simplest way to do that, bizarrely, is, again, farming. Now, here's the thing, fella. If you were to stand in the middle, you could just grab it out of one and pivot. I'm going to try it. Let's, oi, you. Oi, clown shoes, come here. Oi, cease your bouncing, man. Cease bouncing now. Right, there, right, stand here. Right, grab paper, put in school. Go. What do you know? See, look, he's just standing there, pivoting, and it's all going well for him. I wonder if he looks pleased about it. Let's have a look. There he is. He looks rather surprised. But I've got exactly the same situation working with Captain Bucket over here. Here he goes, bucket, house, bucket, house. Effectively, you're human conveyor belts. You are, I mean, you're so disposable to me that's all I see you as these days. But this should mean, there you go, look, farming's coming along at quite the rate. The only real downside to it is that you kind of go, farming, yay! And then you kind of go, I need what now? Yeah, because there are quite a few other bits and pieces you need in order to make farms even slightly self-sufficient, self-supporting, self-anything. But that's fine. We'll do that immediately after getting this one over the finish line, which we will do in but this amount of green bar. There you go. Get over the line. Thank you. So we can now research animal pastures, which we need. That's the tricky bit. Animal pastures is the bit that, I mean, it's going to use up all the barns in the known universe. But that's okay too. Right, you start the recipe of animal pasture, please. Now the good news is this one doesn't take too long either. It's 30 bits of research, so it will take a moment or two longer than the previous one. What are you short on here? Can I up the tempo by giving you another worker? Yes, I can. All right, let's do that then. There you go. Grab trees, sling them in there. It'll make people happy. Well, it will get the job moving faster. Whether it makes you happy or not, I honestly couldn't care. Right, let's have a look and see how we're getting on, because we should be... Yeah, there we go. We've already thinned out this crop run here. So if we tell Captain Wagon... Oh, no, Captain Wagon can keep working, because we haven't finished emptying it yet. There you go. No, you've got all of that wrong. Go grab this. Yeah, fling it in there. Well done. Good lad. Okay. Yeah, because these jokers are now starting to pick up grain from the next field along, and that's not the next field along now, is it? We'll stick a secondary box. Do we want to clear that one or this one? Well, our main objective early-ish is to clear out all of this surrounding business that we've got here, which is why I've got so many happy little fools just bouncing around near the original homestead. Right, when that's empty, we'll move people. You go and stand over there. Don't clear this lot yet. Same for you. Where's the third one? There he goes. Go over there, right, and start working on a new crate. I think this one will probably do. Right, you chop, go. You go, chop. Chop, go. No, wait, that was just go. Chop, go, you. Right. Okay, right, so that should be filled by the time he's finished emptying this one. and then we can just transition him over to grabbing from the new crate. Do I actually want to keep this crate intact? No, I probably don't. Okay, fine. Right, so what farms do, for those of you unaware, is farms auto-harvest. So I could, there we go, complete my animal pasture. That's the bit that's going to be awkward to get rolling, but we'll get the research assigned first. Next up, basic logistics, please. Thank you. What was I talking about? Farms, yes. So what you can do is you can stick a farm building next to an existing crop, like this one, and it will it will relay the crops as it digs them up. That not only goes for these chaps, it also goes for things like herbs and the berries that we've got over there. And I thought I saw a bunch of tomatoes somewhere. I did. I just don't know. I just don't remember where they are. Over here, look. Big bunch of tomatoes over there. So that saves you a bit of time. Or you can plant your own fields and have your own merry batch of different crops running against one farm. The benefit to which is you've got then total control over kind of watering and harvesting and that kind of thing. That's what we're going to aim for. But first, we've got to get what's the word? Fertilizer. And fertilizer needs a pasture. Right. Okay. Now then, where am I going to set this up? Because fertilizer has multiple uses. The second of which is you can set fire to it and use it for your cooking. No, I'm not joking. That's a thing that actually is a thing. Have a think about that. Get your wagon set up first. Go over there, grab that, wang it in the grain mill, and then this, blow it up. I know that was an actual sound effect coming from the game there. They're few and far between. I'm sure over time sound will be added, but at present not so much. How much stone have I got in? Because I want to upgrade a couple of houses. Let's not go mad. If we leave ourselves 40, then that'll be good. Right, okay, nine fresh workers available. Okay, so I'm considering having my farm in this kind of area here. No, probably in this kind of area here. And then it will auto-route all of the crops that it's creating straight into the back of the grain mill, which means that these workers I've currently got grabbing stuff can be reassigned to other gigs, which is a good thing. Now, this stonemason's in the way at the moment, but it won't be for very long. So you know, that'll self-solve eventually. Now, do I need... No, actually, I don't. We can put the pasture anywhere we like, because I don't need the fertilizer for the farm directly. That can happen in a remote fashion. So, pasture up. Here we go. Now, pastures are great. In that you can have all manner of good stuff coming out of them. So, for example, I could just have eggs, and then you don't generate any fertilizer, but it makes you money, easy peasy money as well. You just have to put some animal feed in. You have to put animal feed. I forgot about the animal feed. Am I new here? The whole premise behind this series was that you weren't new. Anyway, we're going to make fertilizer, or are we going to make wool? We're going to make wool to start with, because then we can use the actual wool later on. We get fertilizer as well, so you get fertilizer and wool. Yeah, then we can use that later on in order to make cloth. So let's. We then need another grain mill, right? Which we'll fling over here. Nice and close, please. Right. You're going to make animal feed. There you go. So ideally, I'd want another farm next to this as well to feed this one. Actually, I might do that. Right, you there, like that. We've got this tiny little patch down here that we'll make use of. We'll stick 2 lads on that job. Get them fed, lads. Right, you're also going to need water. Yes. So that's another well. Okay, fine. Now, I could use a central well of some description, but I'm not going to. There you go. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Right, grab that and sling it in there. And then we should produce both wool and the fert, which is grand. Actually, we're not really bringing in grain at a speedy enough rate, but there we go. We've got our first two items, and what I want to do with those is I'm going to build not one, no, I'm going to build two barns, because your barns fill up very quickly, and I'm not going to use those for distribution just yet. We'll filter this one so that it only accepts wool. Otherwise, it ends up with all kinds of rubbish in it. And this one is only going to accept fertilizer. Fertilizer's tricky because there's the fertilizer image. It does look rather similar to leather, and they're not the same thing. No, I know. It's part of the education service that I offer on this channel. Right, here we go. Ferto, that one. Woolo, this one. Trot on. Actually, this isn't too badly placed for having a workshop next door where it can start to turn that wool into cloth. Because cloth, obviously, we're going to need in order to make cloth conveyor belts. The clue there in the name. But that all feels pretty good. I think we possibly want... Yeah, we're topped up on water, which is good. But I think we possibly want to up our grain tempo just a touch. Up the grain tempo. There you go. Right, smashing. Now, what do I need this for? I hear you cry. Go on. There you go. Well, what I need this for is to plant fields around my farm. Right, okay, so let's build the farm here itself. 1 times farm. Let's put it fairly close to there. Actually, it's not a good place for it. You're better off having it further away, because this green outline round the outside, that's the catchment area for fields. But I may rebuild it later on, and we'll just keep this nice and quick for now. Or we could back it up a bit. Yeah, let's back it up a bit. All right, there we go. Farm tile. Okie dokie. Well, I can work some farm tile into my plans here. Now, each one of these uses 2 fertilizer to place in the first instance. And I'll place as many of them as I can. I can get 4 at the moment. The recipe we're going to go for, apply water and then grain. Applying water means that you can situate a Herbert just outside who will plunk water into it and make the field grow faster. Right, there you go, round there. And actually, you've built the wrong one there. Get rid of that. Have another go. Yeah. There you go. That's it. And in, I think. Probably. Right, and then we need to plant those farm tiles up, which means we go to farming again, and we're going to plant grain. I need 2 stored grain in order to make that happen. Okay, well, if we take this lad here... Oi, you. No, wait. You. Come here. You. Stop what you're doing. Oh, missed it. It's not me misclicking, just so as you're aware. There is something you can do, and I don't exactly know what it is, whereby you lose the ability to click on stuff. I've got it now. Right, go there for a sec. That's it. Good. Right, take that to here, please. Right, that'll get me enough for 2 crop farms. We'll do the same with you as well. Come on there, clown. Get over here. Because you've got to, in order to be able to build stuff with resources, you have to have those resources stashed in a resource stash. The base is a perfectly adequate resource stash, so that's what we're going to use. And jolly good. Right, you can go get back to work, because that's enough for 4. Start sticking it back in the grain mill. Yeah. And you 2, go over here, grab that, stick it in the grain mill. Thank you. Right, okay, I've now got enough to plant twice. No, actually, I've got enough to plant 4 times. That's grand. Excellent. There we go. Ooh, nice. And then you should be good to go. Why are you questioning me? What's your problem? Oh, you haven't got any... Yeah, it's still growing at the moment. That's why it's going... What do you want me to do? I got nothing to do here. We'll get a little water lad. What's the problem? Can only place on a farm tile. No, not apply water. Beg your pardon. I want a well, because there is no upper limit to the number of wells that I enjoy having in my homestead. We'll plant that there. Grab an idiot. Tell the idiot to stand in the middle. That's it. You grab that bucket. There you go. Right, and there you go. See? Oh, look, it's all happening at once. The farm will now auto-agitate these 4 fields and fling all of its output down the conveyor, well, down the drain pipe, straight into the grain mill. And that's awesome, as you can plainly see. So that's jolly good. What we'll now do is we'll get these 3 clowns here. We'll just tell them to go and hang out over here for a moment. No, oi, clown. Don't tell me I've locked myself out again. There you go. Go over there. We'll empty this crate out. I'm going to replace that with a barn, and then from that point on we'll fill the barn with grain so that I can then plant more fields galore. And then we'll apply, because you can apply more workers to the farm to make it work quicker. But with only 4, I'll run out of crops before reaching that stage. So once they get plucked to hell and back. So you get, how many did you get in there? 5. You get 5 pluckings before you have to wait for them to regrow. So more tiles means that there's less downtime, and then you're then just limited by the maximum speed of the transit system. And you'll see that we're already at the point now where I'm not producing flour fast enough. And that's your lot. That'll do for today. So we've now got automated, almost fully automated money making. That's what all that was for, is just to make the yellow coins. That's fine. If that's what it takes to make yellow coins, then that's what we'll do to make yellow coins. In the next episode, we'll significantly ramp that up, and then we'll carry on with our research and hopefully get a bit of conveyor belt action on the go. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. Conveyor belts just turned up. There you go. That's the theme for the next episode for you. All right, conveyor belts. That's what we're going to do. I invite you to tune in for that, and in order to do so, you're going to want to subscribe. You've probably done so already, but if you haven't, give it your due consideration, and then forget consideration and just do it. I've been Colonel Failure. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Now, as mentioned before, I've probably played through to about the 3-4 hour mark at a reasonable kind of a steady pace of progress. So I do know some of what's to come. And thus far, the farm is my singular favourite building. Because it's just so ruddy useful. You can plant just about anything outside it, and the farm will self-agitate in order to make sure that you get those goods exactly where you want them. All works out rather well, to be honest. But getting farms up and running is a big deal. The next trick, of course, is to then automate the output of those farms into other buildings so that it all starts to do its thing without me having to use the little, those dudes. Without having to use those clowns to get anything established. So that's coming up next. A bit more automation. I look forward to seeing you there.